Post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, is a mental health condition. It can develop after experiencing or witnessing a terrifying event. These events are traumatic. They can be life-threatening. They can involve serious injury. They can threaten someone's safety or well-being. PTSD affects millions of people. It can cause intense and disturbing thoughts and feelings. These can last long after the traumatic event. PTSD is not a sign of weakness. It is a real medical condition. It results from changes in the brain caused by trauma. With proper treatment and support, people with PTSD can recover. They can live healthy and fulfilling lives. The impact of PTSD can be profound. It affects not only the individual but also their loved ones. Understanding PTSD is the first step towards seeking help and supporting those affected by it. The human brain is constantly scanning the environment. It's always on the lookout for potential threats. When a traumatic event occurs, the brain goes into survival mode. This is a natural response. It's designed to protect us from danger. The amygdala, the brain's fear center, becomes highly active. It triggers a cascade of physiological and emotional responses. This fight, flight, or freeze response helps us cope with danger. Our heart rate and breathing increase, muscles tense up. We become hyper-alert to our surroundings. These reactions are essential for survival in life-threatening situations. However, when trauma occurs, this system can become overloaded. The brain may struggle to return to its normal state of functioning. This can lead to the development of PTSD. The memories of the trauma become deeply ingrained. They can resurface unexpectedly. This can cause intense distress and disrupt daily life. When we encounter a threat, our body activates a complex system known as the stress response. This response is regulated by the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal, or HPA, axis. The hypothalamus, a small region in the brain, releases corticotropin-releasing hormone, or CRH. This hormone signals the pituitary gland to release adrenocorticotropic hormone, or ACH, travels through the bloodstream to the adrenal glands. These glands sit atop the kidneys. They release the stress hormone cortisol. Cortisol has widespread effects on the body. It increases blood sugar levels. It diverts energy to the muscles. It enhances alertness. This prepares the body to fight or flee from danger. Normally, once the threat has passed, the HPA axis returns to baseline. However, in PTSD, this system can become dysregulated. Cortisol levels may remain elevated. This can have long-term consequences for physical and mental health. It can contribute to problems with sleep, concentration, and emotional regulation. Section 4. The persistence of trauma. In many cases, the intense emotional and physical reactions to trauma subside within a few days or weeks. However, for some individuals, these reactions persist. They may experience flashbacks, nightmares, and intrusive thoughts long after the traumatic event. This is a hallmark of PTSD. One theory for the persistence of trauma focuses on the role of cortisol. Prolonged exposure to high levels of cortisol can damage the hippocampus. This is a brain region involved in memory and learning. This damage can impair the brain's ability to distinguish between past threats and present-day safety cues. The amygdala, on the other hand, remains highly sensitive. It continues to sound the alarm even when there is no immediate danger. This creates a vicious cycle. The individual remains in a state of heightened arousal. They're constantly on edge. They anticipate threats even in safe situations. Section 5. Recognizing the symptoms of PTSD. The symptoms of PTSD can vary widely from person to person. They can also fluctuate over time. Understanding the common symptom clusters can help with recognition and diagnosis. These clusters include intrusive memories, avoidance, negative alterations in cognition and mood, and alterations in arousal and reactivity. Intrusive memories are a hallmark of PTSD. They can manifest as vivid flashbacks. The individual may feel as though they are reliving the traumatic event. They may experience nightmares, distressing dreams related to the trauma. These intrusive memories can be triggered by seemingly unrelated cues. A sound, a smell, or a particular location can bring the trauma flooding back. Avoidance is another common symptom. Individuals with PTSD may try to avoid anything that reminds them of the trauma. This could include certain people, places, activities, or even thoughts and feelings. While avoidance might provide temporary relief, it can interfere with daily life. It can prevent individuals from engaging in activities they once enjoyed. Section 6. Triggers echoes of trauma. Triggers are sensory experiences. They can be sights, sounds, smells, tastes, or physical sensations. They can bring back memories or feelings associated with a past trauma. These triggers can evoke a range of reactions. These can be emotional, physical, or behavioral. Understanding triggers is crucial for managing PTSD symptoms. For example, a combat veteran might experience a surge of anxiety when hearing fireworks. This is because the loud noises trigger memories of explosions. A survivor of a car accident might have a panic attack when driving past the location of the crash. Triggers can be unpredictable and highly individualized. The intensity of trigger reactions can vary. Some individuals might experience mild discomfort. Others may have debilitating flashbacks or panic attacks. The key is to identify personal triggers and develop coping strategies to manage the reactions. This often involves therapy and sometimes medication. Section 7. Seeking help and finding recovery. Recovering from PTSD is a journey. It requires professional help, personal commitment, and a supportive environment. The first step is acknowledging the problem and seeking help from a qualified mental health professional. There are evidence-based treatments for PTSD. These can help individuals process the trauma, manage their symptoms, and regain a sense of control over their lives. Therapy plays a crucial role in PTSD recovery. Trauma-focused therapies such as cognitive processing therapy, CPT, and eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, EMDR, have proven effective. These therapies help individuals reprocess the traumatic memories. They aim to reduce their emotional intensity and change the way they think about the trauma. Medications can also be helpful in managing PTSD symptoms. Antidepressants, anti-anxiety medications, and sleep aids can provide relief from intrusive thoughts, anxiety, nightmares, and sleep disturbances. It's important to note that medication alone is not a cure for PTSD. It should be used in conjunction with therapy and other coping strategies.